Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Tehani. On today's episode, we have Shyalina Muthumudalige, and she's here to tell us a bit about herself. Hi Shyalina.
Hi.
Would you like to start off by introducing yourself to us?
So my name is Shyalina. I'm currently a student at NYU in Abu Dhabi. I'm majoring in music and also political science, and I dabble a lot in music. I sing. I've been an audio engineer for the last year, and yeah, I really enjoy academic work.
Yeah, so obviously school influenced your journey in music quite a bit, right? Would you like to talk about how you got into that? And
So I've been performing since I was very young, but while we were in school, I had the pleasure of setting up a music society. It's called
Yeah.
JAM, and through that we did a lot of work to sort of encourage young talent in schools and to get people out there and on stage. And after meeting a wonderful mentor, the incredible Miss Natasha Senanayaka, she encouraged me to pursue music at the degree level. And after I did A levels for my A level music for in high school, I went on to pursue a degree in
in
it.
Abu Dhabi, yeah. So Shyalina, would you like to talk about your experience in uni so far? I mean, you're here on holiday, right? Yeah.
So uni has been great. I'm halfway done with my degree. I'm going to be spending my next semester in Prague in a study away program, and I'll be doing an internship in the music industry there. So far, it has been really challenging, and but in all the best ways possible. And I fell in love with a lot of areas of music that I hadn't been exposed to before, and I've been involved in a lot of cool projects, and I've been really grateful to have been blessed with a lot of great professors to work with as well.
Yeah. So would you like to tell when you went into uni, is there something that you didn't expect and like?
When I went into university, I actually went to do psychology. And then I looked at my course selection for the first semester, and it was during COVID, and we were all at home. And I just didn't know what to do. And I started by taking just classes that I like to take, and all of them happened to be in the music major. And then from there, it sort of became clear that psychology was not what I was going to do, and it was going to be a music degree instead.
Yeah. Yeah. So you said you major in political science as well. How did that?
So I have always been interested in the intersection between the arts and social justice, and I did a little bit of that work while I was still in high school, in the theater realm of things. And I've been really passionate about using art and music to make a positive change in the world. And that's the reason I sort of took on political science as a second major, because I wanted to have the academic experience in that field as well, so that I could understand both sides of the story in order to better effectively translate that through music and through whatever art that we're doing in order to make a positive social change.
That's a really nice reason to study something. Yeah. So so we've heard that you've done so many cool projects in uni, and like, do you want to talk about that?
Sure. So most recently, in the last semester, I was on the audio engineering team, and we did an EP of a good friend of mine, and I also sang backup for her as part of her band.
Okay.
That was a lot of fun because we did it as part of our class, and it was our class final project as well.
Yeah.
And she released the EP soon after that.
Wow. Okay.
So that was a lot of fun because it was learning about, in the studio, like placing mics and running the sessions and sort of making all of those artistic choices that define how the EP came out in the end, because she has a very specific sound, and we wanted to see the best way to capture that.
Yeah.
And as a result, I got to work with a lot of really cool artists and musicians who are all amazing. And we produced that EP, and it came out a couple months ago.
That's so nice. Would you, you've released originals before. Would you like to tell us about your songwriting process, and are we going to see any more?
Yeah, well, songwriting has kind of is on the back burner at the moment as I finish my degree, but I have released one song. I released it before I went to college, and I recorded it I actually wrote it while I was still in school.
Okay.
And we managed to finish recording it just before I left.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But in terms of writing and composition, I started with A levels because it's required as part of the exam, and
Okay.
then obviously I continued composition classes and things like that in university as well.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of written material that I haven't released yet. The hope is to have an EP out before I graduate from university. So let's see how it goes.
Yes, you will. That'll be amazing. So, Shyalina, you're working on a project currently. Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, so this actually kind of fell in my lap at the beginning of this week while you and I were talking actually. And it was brought to me by my mentor and teacher, Natasha Senanaika. So she's doing audio design and sound design for a series of short films that are going to be exhibited this coming weekend at the Lion Event Gallery.
Okay.
And she asked me to come in to help because the exhibition's only a few days away and there's a lot to do. So I'm coming in as an assistant sound designer, and I've been working on the films for the last few days non-stop with her. That has been a lot of fun.
So, Shyalina, you mentioned you're doing this project with Miss Natasha Senanaika, who is the director of music at Asian International School. So, tell us about your relationship with her and how it,
So she's the whole reason I went into music in the first place. I mean, I was mainly only involved in theatre actually before I met her, even though I had been singing and performing for a long time. She joined a couple of years before I graduated from high school, and it was with her that we established the music society in school, and we also trained our choir, and we were set to go for the World Choir Games before COVID hit, which was unfortunate, but she has really been a mentor and a guide to me in, right throughout, even up to now. And I found a great friend in her, and she's, been the person to guide me to do all of these kind of cool projects that I'm involved in now.
So apart from music, you're also very into theatre. Would you like to talk about that?
Sure. So I've been acting professionally since I was 9. I did my first commercial run in a play called Kalumali with Stages Theatre Group, and that show ran for about 2 years on commission.
Wow, okay.
Which is quite fun. So I grew up on a stage a lot of the time. I was barely in school. I was always at rehearsal. And then with my director, Ruanthi, who's the head of Stages Theatre Group, I ended up doing a series of monologues, and I went to perform one of those monologues in The Hague for the World Conference on Statelessness and Inclusion. As part of it was called Disruptive Theatre. So it was during the conference, we had these different theatre pieces going on, but the people, the audience didn't know it was theatre. And so the monologue was really to shed light on the true personal experience of, refugees and stateless people all over the world at that conference. So that's kind of been my involvement in professional theatre.
So you've been in school theatre as well. Would you like to talk about those experiences?
School theatre was, the highlight of my school career. I love doing musicals, and we did quite a few musicals at AIS, some of which you have been part of too. We started with Annie when I was quite young. Which was directed by...
I remember there was a dog in that play.
Yes.
Like a live, real dog. That was the highlight.
That dog was my cousin's dog, actually.
I remember y'all bringing it to school for rehearsals, and
that was a lot of fun. So we did Annie with
so Shyalina was Annie in Annie. It was pretty cool.
And then we did The Wiz after that. And the last musical I did in school was Rock of Ages, which you were also part of, which was a lot of fun, and I miss it a lot.
I know, same. So, Shyalina, do you have any advice for anyone who wants to pursue the arts on a professional level? And
I would say don't be afraid to do it. There's a lot of stigma in our society about following the arts. A lot of people look down upon people who work in the arts and who do it full time because they don't think it's a real career. But there's so much out there. There's so much more than there is here in Sri Lanka that you can go looking for, and the world is looking for more artists, and we need more artists, and we need more creators, and really just go for it, because if you have your heart set on it, there are always opportunities available, even funded opportunities, if you know where to look. So
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here today, Shyalina. It was
Thank
a
you for
pleasure
having
having you. Thank you everyone for tuning into this episode of Tell Tehani. Bye everyone.